So it's been a few months since I've done my last video, and I have no excuse. I just didn't do it. Yeah. But this is going to be an apology video for doing that. I have all the books that I've read since my last video, and there's quite a few. A lot of the books I don't have with me because I either borrowed them from a friend or they were school related, or I borrowed them from the library. So I'll mention them, but I probably won't have them as a book. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. The last book I'm going from the last book I filmed, which was Requiem by Lauren Oliver, and then on until now. So right after Requiem, I read Winter Girls by Laurie Halse Anderson, and I do not have that with me because that was my best friend's book, and I gave that book a 4 out of 5 stars. I thought she wrote so. I loved her writing. It was so good. It was a little depressing for me. I don't like feeling depressed, so that's the only reason why I didn't give it a 5. I just had to push myself to read it because it was so sad. Next, I read Animal Farm by George Orwell. This is a classic. I don't read a lot of classics, but I read this one. I don't have this book because it was the school's book, and I gave that book a 4 out of 5 stars. For some reason, everybody says they didn't like it. Honestly, I just think you need to give the book a chance. I know it sounds a little weird because it's animals acting as humans, but it was actually pretty good. Next, I have this copy, Looking for Alaska by John Green. I have read The Fault in Our Stars, and I love that book. It's one of my all-time favorites. I cried a lot. And this one I cried too. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. John Green is one of my all-time favorite authors. I will read every single one of his books. I don't care if it's the weirdest book on earth. I'm still going to read it. This book is so good. I mean, I don't like it as much as I like The Fault in Our Stars, but it's close. It's close. They're just too different to compare them. Yeah, I love this book. Next, I read Chopsticks by Jessica Anthony. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone on Goodreads because I don't remember. I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars. I don't have it with me because I borrowed it from the library. This book was good. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing. I just felt kind of mutual on it just because it was kind of hard to understand because this book is only a picture book. It's made up of mostly images and, sorry, I'm itching my nose. It's itchy. Okay, and what was I talking about? Yeah, so it's only images and like IM messages, so it was hard for me to understand because I like reading words better. But it was a good book if you understood it. Next, I read Heaven is for Real, a little boy's astounding story of his trip to heaven and back, and I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. This is mainly just a religious kind of book. It's my grandparents', so I do not have the copy with me. I thought this book was really eye-opening, and I believed every word the little boy was talking about. That's just my personal opinion. I respect anybody else's opinion. But it was a very good book. The next book I read was actually a series. I started the Force of Hands and Teeth series, and all 3 books I got from the library, so I do not have these copies. The first one was The Force of Hands and Teeth, which I gave a 4 out of 5 stars on. The reason I did not give it a 5 stars is because the main character was often selfish, and I couldn't really relate to her that much. but it was still a good book. The second book is called The Dead Tossed Waves. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars, mainly because this book is set years and years later after the first one, and it's actually a girl named Gabrielle who narrates the story, and I could relate to her so much more than I related to Mary from the first book. And she was just nicer, so I like that one a lot better. And the third book was The Dark and Hollow Places, the third and final book, and I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. This book was also told from a different point of view. So all 3 books are told from different point of views, which I thought was kind of weird at first, but it actually fit. It worked. The third book is told from a girl named Anna's point of view, and I'm not going to tell you who in the world Anna is, because first off, I want you to read the books to figure it out, and then second off, it'll kind of spoil everything. So go read them. It's a good series. If you don't like the first one, it's totally okay. The next ones are even better. I think the first one deserves a 3 out of 5. But oh well, too nice. Plus the movie. I think there's a movie coming out. So get on that series. Just do it. Next, I have this copy. I read Sometimes It Happens by Lauren Barnhold. I don't know. This book is actually my best friend's also, but I haven't given her back to her yet, so I still have it. This book was just fun. That's all I'm going to say. What did I give it? I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It's just a simple contemporary read. You can read it. I read it in a day. It was just a fun read, especially for the summer, and I just liked it a whole bunch. It was so just dramatic, and yeah, go read it if you want to read something just, short and fun. And she has my name, Lauren. Yep. Next, I started the Harry Potter series. I know. It was my first time reading it. Before you judge me on that, I have reasons. I didn't want to start reading the Harry Potter series. Firstly, because I wanted all the movies to come out before I started it. I do own all the DVDs, so I was set with that. And then second of all, I wanted to own all the books. Most of these books I got from yard sales, just going to them, but one of them I paid full price, which was the last one, and then 2 of them I went to a used bookstore and paid about $15 each for them, and they're hardback. So it was a pretty good deal. So I only paid for 3 of them. And then the other ones were just super cheap, which is amazing. I am loving this series right now. I wish I would have read it sooner, but I'm kind of glad, because what I'm doing is I'm reading a book and then watching the movie and then reading the next book. Right now, I'm currently reading the last one. I'm on the last one. I don't want it to end. It's sad. But I'm going to show them all to you, even though you probably already know all of them. So, of course, there's the first one, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I gave all these books a 5 out of 5 stars because they're amazing. And, yeah, it's Harry Potter. The second one is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Oh, I have to bend over to get these. The third one is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. The fourth one is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is where stuff starts happening. Like, the last pages is where it all goes downhill and just to crap, basically. And this book is humongous. But it was amazing, so it doesn't matter if it was humongous or not. This is where people start dying. Now, this book is, like, huge. These books, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. It's the, 5th book? Look how humongous this book is. Oh my gosh. This is the longest book I've ever read. It's, where's the page number? It's 860 69 pages. So that's almost 900 pages. It's crazy. It's the longest book I've ever read. Ever. The 6th book is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I cried in this book. Pretty sure the people who read it know why. And most of you have read it. The 7th one, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, I'm currently reading, so I don't have it with me. But you guys know what it looks like. And then, school started today for me. And we had to read a summer book. They do it every year. And this year, it was Night by Elie Wiesel, or Eli. I think it's Eli because Ellie is a girl's name. This is about the Holocaust. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed this book a lot. Usually, the books the school assigns are not as enjoyable for me, but I really enjoyed this book. I read it in a couple of days. And I've started something new. When I read a book, if I want to remember something, I write it on like a little sticky note and stick it in the book. I started doing that, which I think is great because I like remembering stuff. So that is it. Those are all the books I've read. And then, of course, I'm currently reading. Yeah, so just have fun. Those people who started school like me, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you, because you have to start learning like I do, and it sucks. Bye.